Well, if you like shrimp and grits, this episode is for you. If you like shrimp tacos, this episode is for you. If you really, really like Dr. Tracey Brigman, then this episode is for you because she is back for another episode of Meals from the Field. Good to see you again, Tracey. So yes, shrimp tacos, shrimp and grits, a Georgia staple, really both of them. And you got a little twist to them, I guess?
A little bit, yeah,
All right.
So we're gonna start with the shrimp and grits. And I have my grits going because they take about 30 minutes to make. So I bought stone ground grits. This is not a good recipe to have with instant grits. So follow the package directions on whatever grit you get. I'm gonna need about 4 cups of cooked grits, not raw grits, but cooked grits, so that it would give me 4 servings. So I have my grits going. I'm gonna keep an eye on that, stirring it every once in a while I'm making the shrimp part.
Okay.
So we'll put that to the side. On my stovetop here, I have 1 pound of mild Italian sausage. You can get sweet, you can get hot Italian sausage, but I've cooked it till it's brown, as you can see. And I soaked up some of the oil with a paper towel because I didn't want it too greasy. So once you have your Italian sausage browned off, I want to add 1/3 cup of chopped onion. And you can make the pieces as big or small as you want. Chopped is normally, just a rough chop. And then that is 1 teaspoon of freshly minced garlic. Okay, so I'm going to cook this. I have this cooking over medium heat, and I'm going to cook it for about 5 minutes until the onions really start to get translucent, so you don't have raw onions in your shrimp and grits. So you can see now that this is cooked for about 5 minutes. My onions are nice and translucent and well cooked. So now it's time to add the shrimp. So that is 2 pounds of peeled, deveined shrimp. And these are large shrimp. I think they were 31, 35 count. And that count equates to how many shrimp in a pound. Okay. So I'm gonna cook these until they're nice and pink, about 8 to 10 minutes. All right, so my shrimp has been cooking for about 8 minutes. You can see it's nice and pink and completely cooked. And now we're gonna make like a little gravy for it. So this is 1/3 cup of self-rising flour that we're gonna sprinkle over the top. And I'm gonna be careful as I stir so that I don't make a mess. This is gonna create some thickening for our gravy. All right, so once I get my flour mixed in, I need to add some liquid to make a gravy. So that's 1 cup of beef broth. I made it from bouillon, and then I have 1 cup of water. So I'm going to stir that in, and I'm going to let that cook for about 5 minutes. Again, we're still on medium. I want that flour to give a chance to thicken the gravy, so about 5 minutes. All right, so as you can see, this is boiled for about 5 minutes, and the sauce or gravy has thickened a little bit, and that's the point where we want to be at. So we're just going to finish off with some finishing touches and seasonings. That's a tablespoon of Worcestershire.
Gently
Pour
it over. I got yelled at because I threw
dumped
everything
my
on
flour instead of sprinkled. And then this is 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. If you want that little bit of kick, which I like with the shrimp and grits, if you want to leave that out, that's not going to make it or break it. So it looks like everything is well mixed. So I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'm simply going to build my grit bowl.
So now we move on to the shrimp tacos, and I've got my tools of the trade.
That's right. We got to do some measuring.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a little bit of I guess you could call it a marinade. We're going to soak our shrimp in some milk. So I have 1/2 cup of whole milk that I'm going to pour into a bowl. And then I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I need a teaspoon of oregano and a teaspoon of paprika. And a teaspoon of garlic powder.
Teaspoon of garlic powder.
And I'm just gonna simply mix that together. And then for this one, I bought extra large shrimp. When I do shrimp tacos, I want a little bit bigger shrimp so I can bite into it. And I'm just gonna put that in this mixture, stir it around a little bit so that they're all coated. And then I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. Let that flavor soak in. While the shrimp is sitting, we are going to make some coleslaw as a topping for our tacos. So our shrimp is soaking in the milk and seasoning mixture, so we're gonna make our coleslaw so that also gets a chance to soak and develop some flavors. So we're gonna start with a cup of mayonnaise, and then we have 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar that we're gonna mix in. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of onion powder. And in our Cajun theme, we have a teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Again, you can leave that out if you don't want that kick. That's a 1/2 cup of sugar. I have a tablespoon of garlic powder. And then this is 1 small onion that I chopped up fine. So we're gonna mix that. This will be our flavoring for our coleslaw mix. So you need a total of 3 cups of vegetables. So I broke mine into 1.5 cups of green cabbage that I shredded. And then that's a cup of purple cabbage that I shredded. And 1/2 cup of carrots that were shredded. So once I have this all mixed together, combined well, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator next to the shrimp and let it marinate while I am frying my shrimp. Okay, so our shrimp has been marinating in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes, and now we want to make the breading. And I like to do this in a bag so I can shake it up instead of a bowl, because I seem to make a mess when I stir. Also, if I don't cook all of my shrimp, it's already ready to stick in the refrigerator. So this is 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then that is 1 teaspoon of salt. And that's a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. And then once it looks like it's mixed, I'm gonna add my shrimp and mix that around. Then once my oil gets good and hot, we're gonna fry the shrimp up. And once I have my shrimp fried, we're gonna build our taco. So we'll have some shrimp, we'll have some coleslaw, and then we're gonna top it with some chopped tomatoes and some avocado, and you'll have a delicious shrimp taco.
So shrimp tacos, shrimp and grits, 2 very, very simple recipes to make. Recipes you can find by logging on to farm-monitor.com, going up to the top of the recipe section, clicking on that recipe, and again, Tracey sends us that stuff every single month. It's in detail for you, so you can't go wrong. And we've had a lot of compliments on your recipes already, so keep it up.
All right, well, thank you. I try.
So keep it up.
I like to cook.
Yes, so again, Tracey, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching